Hi, this is Kaushik Ranchod here. Welcome to our immigration show where we keep you informed of the latest immigration news. What I'm going to share today is something very exciting. How is the Biden presidency going to affect you? Well, let's find out. You want to stay tuned because I'm going to share what my predictions are with the Biden presidency of what kind of policies you can expect, and what kind of things you should expect immediately. So with the Trump administration, you know that he's been just doing anything he can to limit immigration. So first of all, Biden is going to try to reverse a lot of the damage that has been done to immigration, to our country as a whole because of the immigration policy. Specifically, we're going to look at the separation of families that's occurred, the devastating policies towards H-1Bs and attracting top talent, because America runs on top talent, especially companies like Google, Apple, Microsoft, with H-1B worker program with, for instance, software engineers that are in demand, that are needed. The Trump administration has been attacking in any way that they can the H-1B program. Recently, they just issued an executive order to limit J-1 and student visa holders from extending their program. So what I see happening is a reversal of these policies, especially with the executive orders, where they're basically, it's not something that was passed by Congress, but it was just an order of the president, where those can be reversed swiftly. And that's what Biden has indicated that he wants to do, is basically reverse what Trump has done. So I expect executive orders to be reversed first, because that can be done very quickly. Now the question is how long will this take? So when Trump became president, is that it wasn't necessarily immediate before these policies came into effect, and it did take some time for Trump to implement his policies. Now, this is, although a little bit different, because this is going to be a reversal. It's not creating policies, it's reversing policies. So I think it's going to be faster than what happened with the Trump administration, where it took initially 6 months before I started seeing some changes in policies. I think because there's so much damage that was done, and it was done in large parts for executive orders, that can be done quickly. And since Biden has indicated he wants to reverse that, what we're hoping for is that that's going to be done immediately, or at least if not immediately, as fast as he can with all the other issues that he has to deal with. So let's dive into some specific policies of what Biden will do. Well, asylum is one area that the Trump administration has been criticized for, because we have a history as a country for helping asylum seekers, for helping people where their life could be threatened because of politics, because of being a member of a certain group, or where they could be significantly harmed. And one of the things that the Trump administration did is they created metering, so limiting the number of people, believe it or not, that can actually get asylum. And so that's one of the things that Biden has indicated he wants to reverse. Another exciting aspect is this path for citizenship for DACA holders. So as you may or may not know, the path to get citizenship is a very long one. So if you're coming in through employment, let's look at the H-1B path. You come in on an H-1B visa, you get a H-1B for 3 years, and then you can extend it for 6 years, and then you have to actually get sponsorship to file for a green card and show there's no qualified U.S. workers if it's through perm labor certification that can fulfill this position, and on and on and on. And we have applications because of the priority dates that still from 10 years ago are waiting to be able to finally get their green card. So one of the things that Biden has proposed is to basically eliminate those green card backlogs. That will help speed up the employment-based immigration process significantly. And Additionally, if you were going to go through this process through marriage, it still takes a significant amount of time. You have to apply for the marriage-based green card, which is taking over a year. Then if you're married less than 2 years, you have a conditional green card. And then you still have to apply for citizenship. So that whole process, even if you came in through a marriage, could take around 5 years if you're just doing everything as fast as you can. Now, that also depends upon the government processing times as well. So back to what I was talking about with DACA, it'll be really amazing to see this path for citizenship for DACA holders, because there was so much uncertainty with the Trump administration, what they're trying to do, take away DACA, where it went all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court rejected Trump's claim to get rid of DACA, but allowed Trump to be able to remedy some of the flaws that they saw with Trump's arguments. So now it's in the process of limbo, but now DACA will lead to a path to citizenship with Biden's presidency. So that is going to be a huge change. There's also 11 million undocumented immigrants in the United States. So another fantastic thing that Biden wants to do is create a path for citizenship. This was attempted with the Obama administration, not for all 11 million, through the DAPA executive order that he created, and eventually it was shot down. But we could see something like DAPA. I don't think it realistically, just based off of my over a decade of experience in immigration law, that I see based off of the past that there's going to be something for all 11 million. I think it'll be something similar to DAPA, where it'll be very focused. It'll be targeted to a certain number of people, where there will be a path to citizenship, which is better than nothing. But maybe I'm being a little bit too pessimistic, so we'll see what happens in that respect. During the Trump administration, one of the more harmful things that he created was an expansion of the public charge rule. For instance, when you're applying for a green card for a family member, a spouse, a parent, there's the affidavit of support form, the I-864, that was generally filed that you have to show that you have 125%, your income was 125% above the poverty guidelines. And if you were able to do that, and there were some public benefits that could not be taken by the beneficiary, then you would be able to show that you met the guidelines for the median public charge. Of course, you'd have to show documentation to that effect, such as tax returns, W-2s, employment letter. Well, what Trump did is he expanded this rule. There's a new I-944 form for adjustment of status applications, and in this I-944, it really hurt families, because what happened was it was a way to make it so difficult for people to apply, and it's still in effect. So what I want to allude to here is that this will probably, well, not probably, it will be taken away by the Biden administration, but it may take some time. I don't know if this will be immediate. It could take 6 months, maybe longer than that. I hope it will be sooner. I'm looking at a realistic view of how much time it's going to take to undo this rule. Now, the harm of this rule is that it really makes it more difficult for the beneficiary to immigrate by creating unnecessary hurdles. For instance, you have to provide a credit report. Well, how do you get a credit report if you don't have a social security number, if you can't get a social security number? So these are some of the hurdles that we're seeing. And since it's so new, we're going to be seeing how that rule is actually playing out in terms of the documentary evidence, such as the credit report plays out when you can't even get a credit report if you don't have a social security number, or showing that you are going to be able to get health insurance, or how do you demonstrate that you have health insurance when you can't even get health insurance. So these are some issues that hopefully will be resolved immediately, and then this public charge new expansion will end through the new Biden administration once he becomes president. There will also be a recent on the Muslim ban. So this was just a ban against many Muslim countries. We get a lot of physicians from Muslim countries. It also created family separation. So this was just a blanket ban that will end with the Biden administration based on what he's indicated as well. So to sum it up, there's two major changes that I see. One is that our employment-based immigration system, where we're attracting top talent, will not face the detrimental harm that they have faced, especially with top researchers, and that we attract the best and the brightest, and that's what's made us innovate in technology in all different areas. And that we had not seen the full effect of the harm that would have been created by the policies of restrictionism. Now that is going to be reversed based off of what Biden has said. Second, there'll be family reunification. It's indicated that on day one, they are going to make sure that children are no longer put in cages. So American values of family reunification will be reinstated. And that's what I expect to see. And I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Make sure you subscribe and smash that like button. Thanks. Have an amazing day.